This is Olimar, an astronaut the size of a coin. And this is the planet Earth, the size of... Wait, how many coins would it be? Hey Siri, how many coins would make the size of the Earth?
You're on your own, lil bro.
So if I divide the square root of pi by 3 factorial, then add the Pythagorean theorem, multiply it all to the EMC squared equation, then turn that into scientific notation, I should get 49 quadrillion coins. Oh my god, that took all night, now my brain hurts. Thanks a lot, Clanker. If you're the size of a coin and you're on planet Earth, there's a lot of problems, like bugs, and lastly, bugs. Well, maybe frogs too, but mostly bugs. That's why I want to make a Pikmin paludarium. I started out with this empty tank, then I added gravel, and then I added water on one side and dirt on the other. I planted the water side, then the land side. Soon, it was finished. I added some aquatic armorks to the water side. They really seemed to enjoy it and they swam everywhere. On the land side, I added a beady longlegs. Hopefully he doesn't attack Olimar. I also added the infamous peckish aristocrab. His previous enclosure did not have enough land for him, so I moved him into a smaller plastic container that was supposed to be just temporary, but this tank was delayed for so long, and he seemed to get really uncomfortable, so I moved him here, and he looked very happy. I even got a great close-up of him. I also gave him a bulborb larva, and he ate it in a couple of hours. The water side was pretty empty, so I added some bloom cap bloisters. After I put them down, they came out of their shells right away and started climbing. You could see their little eyes, and they're so cute. The land side seemed pretty barren, so I added an iridescent flint beetle. He was playing dead in my hands, but as soon as I put him down, he seemed to enjoy this enclosure. I just let him explore around a bit before I put him in his actual home. He started walking around using 6 powerful legs with claws at the end so he could grab onto things. After a couple of minutes, he had a run-in with the peckish aristocrab. He seemed to be a pacifist because he was walking around the crab. But at some point, they had to meet. That point was a few seconds later when the beetle approached the crab's behind. It climbed right over the crab, then started running away, probably because it noticed the crab and got scared. Meanwhile, next to Olimar, there was a weird spiral-shaped object. And then, out came a hermit crawmad. It poked its beady eyes out of its shell to scan its surroundings. Then, it started walking with its 10 legs.
I'm Spot, Captain Olimar. In the window, go, look, reading, what the get, the discuss, the bar, the balance, June, go, as a yoke of Shabalaki, and the Sassasson, guy, Boss, and there, in the window, the drop, discuss. You, G, Bakchi, oh, so while I do.
Wait, did you just say approach the peckish aristocrab? Oh no. They met claw to claw until the hermit crawmad gave the aristocrab a stare that said, "This is my territory now." And so the smaller crab had nothing to do but run away to its own burrow. I ended up taking the hermit crab mat out and putting it in its own enclosure. I was going to add the segmented crabster, but look how big it is compared to Olimar. I had to pick it up and put it in the water section, and even then, it was just like a tiny little pool. These are puckermouth blennies, and I just added 4 of them into the water section since it was looking super empty. This is a bulborb larva, and I'm putting him in to see if he either becomes an adult or becomes food. This is the downy snaglet, and I really can't add it in here because it flies away, but I just wanted to feature it. This is an arachnode, and Olimar better hope it doesn't bite him because that's gonna hurt a lot. And finally, how could I forget the most famous one of them all? The bulborb. When I put it in, it took a few steps before falling onto its back.
I've fallen, and I can't get up!
I had to help it by pushing it with my finger. Back on its feet, it started exploring, climbing all the obstacles around it. With all these enemies, you'd think Olimar needs a whole bunch of weapons to survive. But he doesn't, because he has Pikmin.